What's up? Travis here, TravisStetzel.com, TrainAggressive.com. Here we are, day number 12, the final day of the 12 days of badassness. We finally made it, and here we are, Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas to you, wherever you are in the world. If you've been following along, this has become one hell of a challenge. All right, going in from day one, I knew it was going to be tough, but at this point, we've done a whole crap ton of burpees, a lot of Turkish get-ups, whole lot of snatching, ton of kettlebell swings, lots of thrusters, lots of hang cleans. Let's see, we've done lots of pull-ups, lots of handstand push-ups. We've done, let's see, pistol squats. We've done some muscle-ups. Yesterday was, let me think. Oh yes, man makers, the best. And today, adding to the challenge, we are adding in 12 overhead squats with the barbell. And your top level progression on this is whatever you've been using for your hang squat cleans, your snatches, your thrusters. You're going to use that same amount of weight on these overhead squats. All right, that's going to be the top level progression. So for me, on this final day, I'm going to be weighting the bar with 185 pounds, doing my overhead squats there, going to my 50-pound dumbbells for my man makers, going to my muscle ups, and going right on through the 12 days of badassness in order. So this alone is one hell of a workout right here. All right, it's a nice little challenge. So with that, why don't we go into some overhead squatting tips and tricks. I know not everybody can do overhead squats. One of the biggest reasons because you can't do overhead squats if you can't do them. Number one, you don't know proper technique. Number two, more than likely, just like with any other movement, if you're having issues with it, it's because you lack a ton of mobility and stability. All right, so again, with the overhead squat, the biggest piece of the puzzle in my mind is becoming more mobile, especially in the hips and the ankles, and especially in the shoulders. That's when I first started doing overhead squats, that's where I was having the most trouble, and my shoulders was not mobile at all. I was tight and bound up in the shoulders, so you're going to want to focus in on improving your mobility in those areas. Just because, even if it's not just about overhead squats, it's just about getting better at any movement, and that's by getting more mobile. All right, so let's go over some overhead squatting tips and tricks. So to start off with your barbell, what you're going to want to do is get a snatch grip on the bar. Okay, to find a snatch grip, quick review is you're going to want to have that barbell in the crease of your hips. You're going to reach your arms out. You should be able to bend at the hips. You should be able to extend your elbows so your arms are straight. That bar is still in the crease of the hips so the elbows are locked out. Okay, that'll give you a good view on where your grip is with the barbell. So once you have that, go ahead and get your barbell set on your back. You go ahead and get your grip set in. And from here, you want to push press the bar up into position. So dip, drive, lock those elbows out. Now the major keys when this barbell is over your head is you want it lined up over the center of your own mat. So that barbell should line up right behind your ears. It should track right behind the ears. So if I was to drop that barbell straight down, it's going to go right behind my ears, right behind my head. Okay? So we're overhead here. Shoulder blades should be tight. Elbows rolled forward. Okay? Show the armpits. Open up the armpits at the top. We're making a nice rack with our back. Okay? Anytime our elbows get soft and they come back, we're going to lose that position, and especially if we got some weight, boom, we're going to drop the weight. We're going to lose it in the front. We're not going to be able to hold it overhead. You can hold a lot of weight overhead when you get those elbows in a good position, locked out, shoulder blades tight. So a quick side view here. Stepping out, barbells over the head, tracking right behind the ears, staying in a good position right there. Now, what you want to try to do is keep your chest up as vertical as possible. Your feet should be in the same position as if we're doing a back squat or a front squat. You shouldn't have to have your feet in a different position. Again, that comes with having better mobility. So your front squat, your overhead squat, your back squat should all look the same in regards to where your chest is going to be, where your hips go, and where your feet are set up to be. Okay? So once we get all that set, go ahead and get that barbell overhead. Get our feet set. Weight should be back in the heels, keeping my chest up. Knees are going to go out. Hips are going down. Hit that bottom of the overhead position here. Drive up through the heels, keeping the knees out. Overhead squat right there. Okay? Now, if you're having trouble with this position, a good drill that you can use to help improve your mobility is simply getting in this position and holding it at the bottom. So you're going to squat down, keep that barbell in a good position, go left to right. Make sure the weight's back on the heels. Keep adjusting, shifting around, chest up vertical, squeeze the butt, bounce around in that bottom position. It's about getting comfortable in the bottom of that overhead squat. More comfortable you become, better you become with the movement. That little drill right there, just getting in that overhead position with an empty barbell. You can go with an empty PVC pipe. You can go with a band. Just make sure you're staying in that right, correct overhead position and just squat all the way down, mobilizing that movement. You'll start to become more efficient and more comfortable in the bottom of that squat, and that's where you want to be. So, there's a few tips and tricks on the overhead squat. Good thing is you only have to do it one day. So 12 reps, overhead squats, heaviest weight you can handle with good form and technique. You want to try to make this a 12 rep unbroken set. If you have to break it up into reps, so be it, but top level progression is going to be unbroken reps. So we'll see what I can do at 185 pounds. And I already know, going through this whole 12 days up to this point, it's been rough, but this is the last day. So this is where you got to turn that 110% hand mode on, forge through, make it happen. All right, so post up your results. Let me know how things went over the course of the 12 days. Hope you enjoyed this. Let's finish it out strong. Keep living aggressive, getting strong. Travis, I'm out.